when materials are added at the beginning of the process, the calculation of equivalent unit will be as the equivalent unit for completed units with respect to material, with respect to labor, with respect to factory overhead, with respect to previous department will be the same. There would be no difference in the figures of all these things because they have completed all the consumption of resources. They have consumed all the costs, all materials, all labor, all factory overhead, all prior department costs. So that's why there would be no difference in the calculation of material costs for finished products, finished units, completed units. But the difference between the calculation of equivalent units would be in work in process inventory. Work in process inventory calculation of equivalent units for material would be different from calculation of conversion costs and labor and factory overhead. Here is an example: ending inventory of 400 units that were 3/4 completed. As the material is added at the start of the period, it means that when units were started, whole material was added. It means every unit has consumed the material cost. It means that all units, whether completed or incomplete units, have consumed the material and no further material is required for those units. It means the 400 units which are still in the process have also received all materials at the start of the process. It means they are 100% complete with respect to materials. And when we apply formula, that is units multiply by stage of completion. So the stage of completion with respect to material is 100%. So 400 multiplied by 100%, that is 400 units with respect to materials. But this, the stage of completion or the equivalent unit with respect to labor and overhead or a conversion cost would be different, because these are 400 units which are 3/4 completed. So when we multiply the stage of completion with the number of units, that would result into 300 equivalent units. It means 400 units have consumed the conversion cost of 300 complete units. So the equivalent units for with respect to conversion cost is 300. So you can see that if we have such increments that materials are added at beginning, the calculation of equivalent unit for materials and other cost elements would be different, and we will calculate equivalent units for both of the cost elements or all cost elements separately. Or I will explain you this concept by taking an illustrative example for calculation of equivalent units when materials are added at the beginning of the process. Here is the second case in which I have altered some information. The equivalent unit information can be given in percentage as well. Here we have been given the information as a statement or in a ratio. Here we have been given the information as a percentage, and this information is in a ratio. Because this information we are using a weighted average method, so this information is irrelevant. The relevant information is the completion stage of ending work in process inventory. Along this, we have another information, that is materials are added at start of the production. We have been given this information in this statement as well, as conversion costs are charged evenly throughout the period. If we have been given this statement in our question and the completion stage of the units has been given 40%, in this way we can calculate all these equivalent units by using these two information. These two information gives us that what is the stage of completion with respect to materials and what is the stage of completion with respect to conversion cost. With respect to materials, it has been given in our question and in the form of a statement that materials are added at the start of the production. Mean when we start production, material will be added. In this scenario, we will be having equivalent units calculation for the material in this way. This portion is the quantity schedule as same as I have calculated or mentioned before. We have beginning work in process inventory was 2500 units. We added this period 15,000 units because this is the first department. We have added in this period 15,000 and we have total units 17,500. Out of 17,500 units, we had completed 10,000 units And we have mentioned over here these 10,000 units. We have completed 4,500 units, but still in hand, mean we haven't transferred those units to the next department, but these are completed units. And the end of the process, we have 3,000 units in the process, which are partially completed, which are not completed yet. So in this way, we can compute 17,500, or we can reconcile 17,500 units in total. When we compute equivalent units for each category, here we have two categories, that are materials and conversion. For with respect to materials, I, I have already mentioned, I have already explained that completed units are completed with all aspects. It means they are completed with respect to materials, where they are completed with respect to conversion. So they are basically 100% complete as to material. That figure multiply by 100%. So this is basically 100% completed. Likewise, these are units are also 100% completed, and I will repeat 10,000, or I will write 10,000 units in this row as well. So when there are completed units, simply write them total units in both or every column over here. Then there are these units, they are also completed units, they will be also written likewise fully. We will write full completed units over there. Now the third one is what about the ending work in process inventory? Ending work in process inventory is basically the information which is given to us is materials are added at start of the production. This will gives us the information about the stage of completion of the unit with respect to materials. When we add materials at the start of the period, it means that we have added material to every unit, whether it is completed or whether it is incomplete. It means on these 3,000 units, we have added material at the start. It means they are 100% complete with respect to materials. So I will multiply this figure, 3,000, with 100%, because this the statement means they are 100% complete. So keep in mind, when this statement is given in your question, material is added at the start of the period, it is converted into percentage, and it means that material is 100% applied, and we will use 100% figure for calculation of equivalent unit. But on the other side, what about ending work in process regarding other costs? And other costs are 40% complete, because other costs are evenly distributed on the production. So this is 40% complete. We have been given the percentage that is not in the statement form, so we will simply multiply this percentage with the total units. These are total 3,000 units, multiply by 40%, we will get the equivalent units of conversion cost. So in this way, when we will have a total that are 17,500, mean with respect to material, equivalent units are 17,500, and with respect to conversion, total equivalent units are 15,700. So in this scenario, if the statement is given materials are added at the start of the period, it means that materials are 100% applied or 100% complete, and the conversion might be given in half, 40%, 50%, 30%, whatever the percentage is given, and we can use those calculations for the calculation of equivalent units. Then another scenario, if we have been given this information, materials are added at start of the production and conversion costs are charged evenly throughout the period, and what about the beginning inventory, that is 60% complete, and what about the ending inventory, 2/3 complete? Even mean 2/3, it means materials information has been given in this statement and conversion cost information has been given in this statement. So we will be having a quantity schedule like as we have calculated in the above table. Beginning work in process 2,500, added received this period 15,000, total 17,500, completed 10,000, and out completed in hand 4,500, and work in process ending inventory, that is 3,000. So for the calculation of equivalent unit for department A, we will be repeating the total figures. And for the materials and conversion, for the completed units, we will be repeating the same figures over here as well. And for the these completed units, we will be repeating the same figures over here. And the other logic for this is because they are 100% complete, so 10,000 multiplied by 100% to say that is 10,000, that is a complete total, those units. And what about the 3,000 incomplete units? So with respect to department, they were 100% complete, then they were received in department B, so they are 100%, so 3,000 multiplied by 100%, so that is 3,000. And what about materials? Materials is basically added at start of the production. When it is said that is start of the production, it means they are 100% complete. It means 3,000 units, on 3,000 units all materials has been added. So with respect to material, these 3,000 units are 100% complete, so equal to 3,000 multiplied by 100%, so we will get 3,000. And what about the conversion cost? So conversion cost is 2/3 complete, and we will multiply this with 2/3. It means is equal to this multiply by 2 divided by 3. When we multiply the completion ratio, we will get the total equivalent units of conversion cost. So we will have a total of all these three columns, and these three columns, these three totals will be used in calculation of per unit cost in department B for each cost element, as well as for the total per unit cost in that department in a particular month.